Hello, in this video I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons why you should not change your user name on Instagram as a musician. Stay tuned. Yes, as you all know, this is Murtala Yusuf for Music Video Hype. In this channel we bring you amazing tips and tricks on how to advance your career as a musician, even as a record label, as a music distributor, in music industry in general. So you want to consider subscribing because I upload videos to help you in this industry. We're going to be diving into 3 outline that I want to talk about when it comes to your Instagram as a musician. Instagram has given us a lot of opportunity, a lot of tools, a lot of different functionalities to help us grow as a musician, and also to help individual reach out to you, listen to your music on this platform. So one of the things that I want to talk about is I see a lot of musicians change their user ID sometimes every month. I'm joking, but like too often all of our musicians change their user ID, and this is very, very, very dangerous in terms of different things, in terms of you getting verified on Instagram, not losing traffic that comes from other people in the industry, for example bloggers, platform that I've mentioned you, and all of those things. But yeah, without wasting much of our time, I'm gonna start discussing about the 3 things that I want you to understand before you thinking about changing your user ID. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you an hack. If peradventure you've changed your user ID several times or even once, and then you have lost so many traffic based on that, and you have lost so many visits to your profile based on that. So I'm going to give you an hack. You want to stay tuned to the end of the video. So the first thing that I want you to understand is the tags. Instagram has a tag functionality, and if you change your user ID, that tag is gone. I mean, when people click on it, maybe from bloggers or from platforms, they will not find you. User not found. User doesn't exist. So you want to consider that before changing your user ID. If you are an artist that have gotten a lot of tags, you want to consider not changing your user ID at all. That aside, the second one is the mentions. The mentions is the one in the caption that carries your full ID. So you don't want to let that go, because it's also like more or less like the tag that I've talked about. The mention is one of the fastest way that people read, and then you have been mentioned, and then they can quickly go to your profile and check you out. But once you change it, they have the same error. User not found. User does not exist. All of these things are quite small, but they are very powerful when we talk about getting traffic to your song, getting traffic to your page, and people who are curious about you delivering and showing them who you are after they click through. And one of the other reasons that I feel is the most important of all of this is, one, let me break it down for you. The URL. Instagram has the format www.instagram.com/your user ID, right? That is the URL. And that URL is searchable. That means it exists on the internet. That means people can come from different search engines and find you. If you go to Google now and just type your artist name, you will notice that one of the top links that you will get is either some of the high authority website that I've mentioned you, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. Those are the platform that the search engine will suggest to you first. That means because they have high authority, they have basically high authority, that search engine recommends those links to people who are searching your name. So, and all of this information is based on the algorithm, right? Some might type just maybe your full name, boom, you see you're already there on the first page because search engine have chosen Instagram, Facebook, and all of those top platform to showcase your name. So without wasting much of time explaining that, the URL is quite very important. And once you change your user ID, you have broken that link. That link is not going to work anymore, and it will also affect the results on the search engine. When people click and it shows error, Google will take it out of the search result, or even just take it down the search result page, and with that you're losing traffic. So all of these three important things that you need to consider before changing your Instagram user ID is quite very important. You don't want to just go in there and change it just like, oh yeah, I want to change it. No, yeah, you need to consider this because you are going to be losing a lot when you change your user ID as a musician. Talking about people who have mentioned you in blogs on YouTube, people who have talked about you, put your link in the description, and all of those are going to be totally broken, and you have lost those traffic for life. Except, which is going to lead us to the hack. Now, the hack is for Instagram. You have how will I put it? You have 14 days. You have 14 days to claim your ID. For example, if you change from one user ID to another, the old user ID, you have 14 days before you can claim it. Anyone can claim it on Instagram, right? So what you want to do is you want to set your time. The first day you change your ID. After changing it, you have to time yourself 14 days. After that 14 days, you want to create what we call like landing page. I'll say landing page, so that when people who click on your old username, click on it, instead of showing a broken user ID, it will still show that dummy so-called landing page of your whole URL. And what you want to do is, if you don't like to use it or to use it for anything again, you can just write a description. Thanks for landing on my page. This is my old artist name. Here is the new artist name. Boom. Once they click on it, it comes to straight back to your new one. And nobody does this, but I'm just giving you this arc. So if you have peradventure change your user ID as a musician, go and do what I've told you just now. It's gonna be one of the best hack you can ever use on Instagram. So that's the end of the video for today. I hope you've gotten a value from it. If you're already established as an artist, as a musician, please and please don't break your link.